Hi, everybody. Today we are going to learn how to refund a credit card on authorize.net. The first thing you will need to do is have your customer's information handy and look it up in the back end of our website. So, for our situation today, I have chosen Lori Morales. He made a transaction a few days ago, so I figured he would be a good person to learn from. So, you would search for your customer, go ahead and go into their account. And then you'd like to see their history. And this is where you're going to get the piece of information that you need in order to do that refund. And that is this transaction ID over here. So this is what links us to authorize.net. This is the most important piece when it comes to doing a refund. So you're going to want to copy that transaction ID. And then we're going to come on over here to authorize.net. You're going to sign in as a merchant. Once you're logged in, we need a little bit of information before we can issue the refund. So you're going to need to go to a transaction search. The first place you'll go, you can leave all of this as it is just down here. And that transaction ID that we copied from over here, we're just going to put right in here and search. Now we have all the information. Our name matches our customer, so we know this is the correct one. And what we need from this page is this last 4 digits of the credit card number. You have to have that in order to process the refund. So once we have that number, and I usually just keep a scratch piece of paper and just write that down so I don't lose it. You're going to go back over to home, and we're going to go to the virtual terminal. Here is where you can charge a credit card or refund. Since we're refunding today, we'll go ahead and refund. And again, we're going to paste in that original transaction ID, the card number, last 4. You do not need to put the expiration date, and then we're going to put the amount. I would like to draw your attention on the amount back over here. This is where you have to be very cautious and make sure you're doing the math correctly. As you can see, Lori paid $90. We will not be refunding that full $90 because we do not refund the price of the insurance. So you would need to subtract that out of their total for $75. Also, if it's a situation where somebody is registered for more than one event under that transaction, you need to make sure you are only refunding the funds for the transaction or for the program that you are canceling. So if they had registered for 3 other things, you need to do the math, look up how much the program actually costs, and refund accordingly. So now that we know how much we need to refund, which in this case, if this person was canceling, it would be $75. You can go back over here and you write in the $75. Then you would just hit submit and you will see a confirmation page pop up here. And then you can let the customer know that their credit card has been refunded. Typically takes 24 to 48 hours for the refund to appear on their credit card. And we always like to make sure customers are aware of that so that they don't call us back an hour later and say it hasn't appeared yet. It does take that 24 to 48 hours. Now that we have canceled or refunded their money, we also need to cancel their program. And so you can see here, we have the program that he was looking to cancel, and you would just hit the little trash can icon, and that would cancel their enrollment for that event. This is also a nice place to look at the cost of each program. If there were multiple programs, you could look at the cost of the program. And then again, you always need to check this payment or the history tab just to make sure that there were no discounts given, insurance purchased, etc. But between those 2 tabs, the cancellations tab and the history tab, you should be able to get all of the information you need to get the correct amount to refund. One final note on credit card refunds. When we go back to our transaction search, I want to show you this top item here, this settlement date. At La Garza, our credit cards settle around lunchtime each day. And so if a person has made a transaction at, say, 10 a.m., you're not going to be able to go in and refund it the way that I just showed you because it is not settled. So you will need to look for unsettled transactions. And you can look up their transaction ID and it will come, or you can search for unsettled transactions. Once you're here, you can actually void it before it goes through. Again, you can only do this on um, pending settlement transactions. So again, it's always great if we can catch it. If the customer's made a mistake, something like that, if we can catch it before it settles, it's even easier for us to help the customer. So if we wanted to cancel this one, you would just click on the transaction ID and there is this option to void it. So you would click void, it will ask you to confirm, and then their credit card will never actually be charged. You would still need to go to the back end of our website and cancel them out of their program. But this is another way to refund or stop payment on a program if the customer needs it. So I wanted to make you aware of that, the difference between a settled and an unsettled transaction. And sometimes you'll need to search for both to find what you're looking for. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Steph.